Hurricane Irma barreling west, taking aim at Florida. The storm just downgraded to a Category 4, but residents in the Sunshine State bracing for its wake. A former Springfield resident who now lives in Florida opening up about the widespread panic as Irma gets ready to make landfall this weekend, how he and his family are preparing. And why Democrats are thanking Governor Bruce Rauner for deciding to refinance our state's debt.
News Channel 20 Sunrise starts now.
It's 5 o'clock. Good morning and welcome to News Channel 20 Sunrise. I'm Jenn Sullivan. Adam Reif has the morning off. We kick things off this morning with a live look over Springfield. Clear skies right now, but it is a little bit chilly. Things are going to improve as we get closer to the afternoon. Let's check in with meteorologist Joe Crane. Joe, it's almost like summer makes a little bit of a return later today. Thank you, Joe. We begin with breaking news out of Mexico. At least 5 people were killed in a magnitude 8.1 earthquake near the Guatemalan border. It happened off of Mexico's southern coast. The tremor was felt as far away as Mexico City, roughly 370 miles to the northwest. The threat of a tsunami is now being evaluated. The U.S. Geological Survey says that it has the potential of causing a tsunami. And this just coming into our newsroom moments ago, Hurricane Irma has been downgraded to a Category 4 storm, but it continues to rage through the Caribbean towards the U.S. Irma hit Haiti and the Dominican Republic as a Category 5 storm. Other islands are still assessing the devastation left behind. At least 13 people have been killed in the wake of the storm. Right now, it's still uncertain where Irma will hit the United States, but Florida and Georgia have already started issuing evacuation orders after seeing the damage the hurricane has already caused.
90% of the homes have been decimated. It's a real sad situation. It's a natural disaster of unprecedented scale.
Look at the size of this storm. It is wider than our entire state and could cause major and life-threatening impacts from coast to coast.
Multiple deaths have been reported on the U.S. and British Virgin Islands, St. Martin, and the island of Barbuda. People in Florida are preparing for extensive damage. News Channel 20's Esther Kwan shows us how cleanup efforts are shifting from Harvey now to Irma. A weather balloon from Lincoln is being used to help track Hurricane Irma. The National Weather Service in Lincoln and other sites will be doubling the number of balloons to help form more accurate forecasts as Irma heads towards the United States. Stay with News Channel 20 for continuing coverage of Hurricane Irma. We'll have the latest updates both on air and on our website, newschannel20.com. The U.S. Senate has approved a package of bills pairing emergency funding for hurricane relief while avoiding a government shutdown. The measures include about $22 billion for FEMA's Disaster Relief Fund, $15 billion of which is new emergency funds. Along with emergency funds, the bills raise the debt ceiling to keep the government open for 3 months. President Donald Trump says that he supports the bill. The legislation now goes to the House. Turning now to state politics. Governor Bruce Rauner announcing plans to refinance the state. As of Wednesday, the state had just over $15 billion in unpaid bills. The budget passed by the legislature authorized the governor to issue up to $6 billion in bonds to help pay down the debt. Illinois' comptroller says the current interest rate costs taxpayers $2 million a day.
It's no different than if we're refinancing your home, where that might save you a couple $100 a month. Now we're able to save maybe a couple $1 million a day just in the amount of interest we're having to pay.
Governor Rauner says that he's choosing to borrow because he says it's better to have Wall Street carry our debt than Main Street in Illinois. Democratic Senator Don Trotter says the governor has cost the state about $132 million by not issuing these bonds when the legislature passed a budget. Stay with News Channel 20 for continuing coverage of Illinois, the state in crisis. You can find updates both on air and on our website, newschannel20.com, as well as social media. 5:07 the time. New information shows the average ACT score in Illinois is on the rise as fewer students take the test. The 2017 average now stands at 21.4. That's the highest in the last 5 years. An ACT spokesman says that the increase is probably due to 21,000 fewer students taking the college entrance exam. Illinois' average score has now topped the national average of 21. More District 186 students are now back in the classroom after getting their vaccination records updated. Originally, more than 400 students were barred from class because they didn't have their shots by the September 5th deadline. Illinois law requires students to be up to date on physicals. The district says that number is now down to 193 students. In Decatur, Dan Calkins has announced that he will be running as a Republican representative for the 101st District. Calkins formerly served as a Decatur City Councilman. He's hoping to take over Bill Mitchell's seat after he retires next year. Calkins says that he will try a unique approach by declining a salary and not being a part of the health insurance plan offered by the state capitol.
I don't need a job, and I hope that I set a tone for other people, an example. Let's send citizens to Springfield to solve these problems, not as a career.
Calkins is also a retired Army major. In our capital city watch this morning, indicators point to a booming summer for businesses in downtown Springfield. The Springfield Convention and Visitors Bureau says that numbers are looking strong this summer. They're still waiting on August hotel occupancy numbers, though. August was a big tourism month in the area with the State Fair and the Farm Progress Show. Visitors Bureau says that even the eclipse brought tourists to Springfield. Cafe Moxo's owner says that transaction count is up 14% this summer compared to last.
We respond very positively on online reviews, so when people do come to Springfield, they do search out restaurants that other people think are a good place to be having a meal or spend their money. So we notice a lot more tourism this year than any other years.
Downtown Springfield Inc. says that 30 new businesses opened in the last 2 years. They say that 3 have closed their doors. Low-income neighborhoods in Decatur will get $400,000 to help replace sidewalks. Decatur City Council approved the use of federal funds on about a mile of sidewalks in the Old Kings Orchard neighborhood. It's the first major sidewalk repair in Decatur since 2010. Construction is scheduled to start in the next few days and be complete as soon as December. We're gearing up for tonight's CEFCU's Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week. Williamsville hosting Roa Forsyth, while students at both schools are getting ready.